When I was young, I fell in love. We used to hold hands, man, that was enough. Then we grew up, started to touch. Used to kiss underneath the light on the back of the bus. Though your daddy didn't like me much, and he didn't believe me when I said you were the one. Now every day, she'd find a way out of the window to sneak out late. She used to meet me on the east side, in the city where the sun don't set. And every day, you know that we'd ride through the back streets in a blue Corvette. Baby, I just wanna leave tonight. We can go anywhere we want. Drive down to the coast, jump in the sea. Just take my hand and come with me, yeah. We can do anything if we put our minds to it. Take your whole life, then you put a line through it. My love is yours if you're willing to take it. Give me your heart, cause I ain't gonna break it. So come away, starting today. We'll start a new life together in a different place. We know that love is how all these ideas came to be. So baby, run away with me. 17, and we got a dream to have a family, a house and everything in between. And then oh, suddenly we turned 23. Now we got pressure for taking our life more seriously. We got a dead-end jobs and got bills to pay. Half our friends and now our enemies. Now I'm thinking back to when I was young, back to the day when I was falling in love. She used to meet me on the east side, in the city where the sun don't set. And every day, you know that we'd ride through the back streets in a blue Corvette. Baby, I just wanna leave tonight. We can go anywhere we want. Drive down to the coast, jump in the sea. Just take my hand and come with me, yeah. We can do anything if we put our minds to it. Take your whole life, then you put a line through it. My love is yours if you're willing to take it. Give me your heart, cause I ain't gonna break it. So come away, starting today. We'll start a new life together in a different place. We know that love is how all these ideas came to be. So baby, run away with me. Run away now, run away now, run away now, yeah. Run away now, run away now, run away. She used to meet me on the east side, yeah. We can do anything if we put our minds to it. Take your whole life, then you put a line through it. My love is yours if you're willing to take it. Give me your heart, cause I ain't gonna break it. So come away, starting today. We'll start a new life together in a different place. We know that love is how all these ideas came to be. So baby, run away with me. Run away now, run away now, run away now, yeah. Run away now, run away now, run away. She used to meet me on the east side.
Good evening, everyone. Just a brief reminder that the bride and groom have asked that this be an unplugged ceremony. If you could kindly be present in the moment during our lovely ceremony, they would much appreciate it. Thank you. Good afternoon, almost evening, everyone. We are here on this beautiful and romantic Florida Keys beach to celebrate the commitment of marriage between Brittany and Jason. Today, you share your vows before your nearest and dearest circle of loved ones with the incomparable view of the sparkling Florida Bay. And I have the absolute pleasure, honor, and joy to be your witness along with everyone here. And I get to pronounce you husband and wife. Get used to those words in just a few moments. So I know that this is a destination wedding for all or most of you, and you have traveled to be here with Brittany and Jason today. You extended a great effort, and you rearranged your schedules out of love and a desire to be present for this most significant and joyous day in their lives, the day they become husband and wife. There's those words again. Brittany and Jason wanted to ensure that you all knew how deeply touched and grateful they are to all of you. You have supported them, each and every one of you, in your own way, and you've played a part in their relationship. And for this, they say, thank you, and we love you always. This is story time. So we hear a lot about storytelling, right? Madison Avenue, Instagram, tell your story, tell your story. So the story of Jason and Brittany actually reads like a 21st century rom-com, romantic comedy, right? Now, it's my understanding that Jason is the more verbose half of this new family. And don't worry, that word's been used to describe me a lot too, so we have something in common. But I have a feeling that on those first dates, the conversation flowed freely both ways. I remember when we had our first call that Jason was more of the talker like me, and also very involved in making sure the words spoken today would be just right. He and Brittany really, it meant a lot to them. Based on how many times the words dog and pup were included in their responses. I am guessing that their canines figured very prominently in this modern, okay, this is goofy, tail, T-A-I-L. Humor me. Before long, the four of them moved to a small home together under quarantine orders. Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I feel that takes a healthy dose of courage, faith, and a little dash of crazy. Clearly, their guts did not steer them wrong, and of course, they found ways of lightening the weight of the restrictions by the long walks with, yes, the pups, and the little road trips. I think, we all were doing that, just a little bit at a time, including a not-so-little trip here to Florida. Brittany is coaching Jason in cooking, and he is loving it. You got yourself a catch there, woman. I really found the following words that they use to be a strong indicator of a more mature and selfless form of love. I really did. And this is their words. We both make sure to engage in activities and interests that the other enjoys, whether it be enjoying a Netflix romantic comedy together, one of Britt's favorites, or a long walk to the dog park, even in the cold, one of Jason's favorites, minus the cold part. And Brittany loves doing puzzles, and Jason has attempted to help her with them, but probably does a better job at picking them out than completing them. For those of you who were not part of this monumental proposal story or have not heard the story, to me it was just priceless. From the setup with Brittany's sister taking a so-called photo shoot, to both of their entire families hiding in their apartment to surprise Brittany and Jason when they came down from the rooftop as an engaged couple. Brittany literally had no idea what was about to transpire. Again, it's always a great ingredient in any love story. But when she finally regained her sanity and remembered what that diamond ring stands for, she of course said yes, and then began calling the family and wondering why no one was answering their phones. Alas, now we know why. From that moment to this moment, they have one thing on their mind. And again, in their words, the most important thing they told me is, we just want to end up married. Pretty simple. And who am I to interfere with progress? So on to your vows. Who would like to read first?
All right. Brittany, you are the love of my life, my best friend,
and my partner in everything from raising our incredibly silly pups to picking the best apples at the orchard for apple pie filling, no crust, and everything in between. From the moment we first met, I've experienced happiness that I never knew was possible. Every day we spend together, that happiness continues to grow, and I promise to always recognize how lucky I am to have met and fallen in love with such a wonderfully kind, brilliant, beautiful, and supportive person. Brittany. There are not enough words to describe all the reasons that I love you and our life together, but here are a few. I love when you smile, flashing dimples that put mine to shame, and I see how happy you are in our life together. Your smile instantly elevates my day, no matter what else has happened before. I love how much you love our dogs, how happy you make them, and how the simplest word from your mouth makes Bucky's tail go wild, creating a hazard for anybody else nearby. I love being silly with you. I love that the last thing we do every day is kiss each other goodnight, or if you're on call, blow a kiss over FaceTime. And I love that this barely scratches the surface of all the reasons I love you and the life we have built together. Brittany, I promise to always be by your side to tackle life's wonders and challenges. I promise to support your dreams and be your partner in building our family and our life together. I promise to keep giving you foot rubs, massages, and doing all the little things that make you smile. I promise to tell you every day how much I love you. I promise to always support you finding a new soft blanket or scented candle at Home Goods, no matter how many we already have. I promise to always listen to you and to be the person you can rely on for anything, big or small. Today, I am so happy to be marrying you, and I am so excited for the life we will experience together as husband and wife. I love you so, so very much.
Jason, I don't have enough words to describe how much I love you and how lucky I am to have you in my life. I have truly found the man of my dreams, and that is you, the most loving, caring, and kind partner in life. Despite the difficulties that life has thrown at you, you have stayed an optimistic and joyful person, and you share that with everyone around you. Without fail, you brighten up my day every day. You are the best dog dad to our babies, and the best partner I could have asked for to spend the rest of my life with. Today, as we stand in front of our loved ones, I am becoming your wife. In front of them today, I promise these things to you. I promise to love you with every part of me. I promise to support you in pursuing your dreams and be a rock for you when you have worries. I promise to do what I can to make you as happy as you make me. I promise to listen to you and be your teammate through life's struggles. I promise to always be your best friend. I promise to laugh at your jokes, no matter how corny. I promise to keep dancing with you in our living room, even without music. I promise to provide you with a safe space that you can always be your truest self. Making these promises is a privilege I have as I stand up here marrying the love of my life. You have made me a stronger person and an infinitely happier person. I look forward 10, 20, 50 years, and all I feel is excitement to be with you. I can't wait for the life we're going to continue to build together. I love you so incredibly much.
Brittany and Jason, do you come here today without reservation to be married to each other and to grow together in mind and spirit? Let's hear it. We do. We do. Right. And now, may we have the rings, please? Before we exchange the rings, I now have the honor and delight to share with everyone here that the wedding band, which Jason is about to slip on Brittany's finger and which she will wear for the rest of her life, belonged first to her beloved grandmother, Mary. Keeping family tradition continuing through a new generation of love and marriage. Jason, I'm going to invite you to please place Brittany's wedding band on the tip of her left ring finger. Hold it there as I ask you some meaningful questions, which are very big indeed, but they'll have two small little words as answers. Jason, do you embrace Brittany as your wife, your companion, and your best friend for life? If so, say, I do. Will you treat Brittany with love and devotion, honor and respect? If so, say, I will. Will you stand by Brittany in the triumphs and tragedies of life as a faithful and caring husband? If so, say, I will. And Jason, will you love Brittany when you are together and when you are apart, in times of leisure and in times of work, when life is peaceful and when it is disordered, when you are proud of her, and when you may be disappointed in her? If so, say, I will. Will you honor Brittany's goals and dreams and be there to support her as she works to fulfill them? If so, say, I will. Go ahead and slip the ring down. Brittany, do you embrace Jason as your husband, your companion, and your best friend for life? If so, say, I do. Will you treat Jason with love and devotion, honor and respect? If so, say, I will. Will you stand by Jason in the triumphs and tragedies of life as a faithful and caring wife? If so, say, I will. Brittany, will you love Jason when you are together and when you are apart, in times of leisure and in times of work, when life is peaceful and when it is disordered, when you are proud of him and when you may be disappointed in him? If so, say, I will. Will you honor Jason's goals and dreams and be there to support him as he works to fulfill them? If so, say, I will. Brittany and Jason, you have expressed your love for one another through the commitment and promises that you have just made. It is with these in mind and with great joy and pleasure that I may now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Congratulations.
What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars.
A big round of applause. Let's welcome Randy and Larry. Let's welcome Brittany's parents. A big round of applause for Evelyn and Sal. Now we have the groomsmen. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Brian, Michael, Ben, and best man, Scott. And now, let's welcome our beautiful bridesmaid. We have Dominique, April, Amanda, and maid of honor, Sam. Mr. and Mrs. Berman.
Suddenly, I want to. Got your name, got your number, and we talked till they turned on the lights. I was looking for a long time. I didn't know that night I'd find my person, my heartbeat, my slow dance, my Sunday morning sipping on coffee in bed. My know when you know best.
And well, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Brittany and Jason would like to invite all couples to join them on the dance floor for this very special dance. So once again, all lovebirds, join them on the dance floor at this time.
Even when you blow the punchline, nobody makes me laugh like you do. Every minute is a long time. If I ain't holding on to you, you're my staying on the weekend. You're my come on down. You're my call home saying it's more than love. I'm a she's the one. Yeah, you're my person, my heartbeat, my slow dance, my Sunday morning sipping on coffee in bed. My know when you know best friend, the steel, my t-shirts, my reason for speeding home from work, my saving grace, my everything. I've never been more sure that you're my person.
Give yourself a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
You're
hope you're all having an amazing time celebrating these two lovebirds. Woo! As most of you guys know, I'm Sam, Brittany's awesome younger sister and best friend. While I am by no means the expert of love and marriage, I do consider myself an expert of Brittany and Jason as their favorite third wheel. I was lucky enough to be there through all of their big milestones, from their first date to moving in together to their engagement and so on. The first memory I have of Jason is when they had their first virtual date right in the middle of quarantine. She was in her room and I could hear her laughing all night from the opposite side of the house. By the time she finished her second virtual date with him, so mind you, she hasn't met him in person yet, she runs out of her room and says, "I think this is it. I think this is the one." And I'm like, yeah, okay, crazy. You haven't even met him in person yet. But if you say so. Never in my life have I seen anyone make Brittany as happy as Jason does. And after several months of dating, Jason asked me to help with the proposal. He planned to propose near the river where they shared their first kiss, and I was supposed to be there to take photos. When they arrived, Britt was dolled up in her best bright orange mask and giant sunglasses. Now, I asked them if I could take some test shots, and we have Brittany here. Now, this is Jason's time to shine, time to pop the question, time to ask her to marry him, and she is refusing to take this mask off. And so thankfully, once she realized what was happening, she removed the mask to reveal a smile bigger than any I'd ever seen on her face when she agreed to marrying the love of her life. Now, after many months of pre-wedding fun, we fast forward to today, when I got to stand beside this beautiful couple as they agreed to spend the rest of their lives together. Brittany, you are the person, oh, I'm gonna cry. You are the person I have looked up to my whole life. You have paved the way for the Godoria sisters and continue to be a role model for us each and every day. As my day one travel buddy, you have showed me the adventure that the world has to offer, and you have introduced me to my passion for traveling. You have also introduced me to some of the most amazing people and didn't mind too much when I made them my friends too. You have shown me what it means to persevere and to have strength against all odds. If there's one thing that I confidently have known throughout my life, it is that when you set your mind to something, you aren't just going to accomplish it, you're going to do it better than everyone else does. You don't realize the beauty that you exude and the influential impact that you leave on the world around you. But that man sitting next to you, he does. Jason, I couldn't be more grateful for the fact that Brittany is blessed to spend the rest of her life with you. But before I get into how perfect you are for her, I'd like to speak a little bit on how you're a perfect addition to our family. Staying with you guys has allowed us to form a really fun dynamic of you feeding me and me teasing you for being really old. You've accepted the fact that marrying Brittany means that you're lucky enough to have to deal with me too. And that if there's any Marvel-related or Harry Potter-related experiences, you're going to have to buy 3 tickets instead of 2. Thank you for letting me be a part of your unit. I am excited to welcome you into our family. You are a new and fun personality to the Godoria clan, and you bring out the absolute best in Brittany. You look at her as if she put the sun and the stars in the sky. You treat her with the same kindness and grace that we have seen our father treat our mother with throughout our lives, and that is more than we could ever ask for Brittany. Thank you for being everything that she has ever wanted and more. So, Brittany, you have yet again proven that you are never wrong, because that man that you hadn't even met in person yet, it turns out he was the one. If everyone could please join me in toasting this wonderful couple and wishing them a lifetime of joy and happiness as they start this new adventure. Woo!
Good evening, everybody. I am the brother of the groom and the best man. Before I get started, I would like to say thank you to both sets of parents tonight for putting together an amazing weekend and what I'm sure will be an incredible rest of the night. I can't forget to say thank you to Jason and Brittany for getting us all down here to beautiful Key Largo at this wonderful venue and away from the Northeast winters. So thank you. I especially want to give a shout out to my brother Jason for giving me a reason to get this nice custom suit. I'm going to try to make this short and sweet, but I have known Jason for my entire life, so I have a lot of material to work with here. It shouldn't surprise you that growing up, all I wanted to do was be Jason. I wanted to hang out with Jason. I wanted to be the younger kid that got to hang out with the older brother and all of the older kids, as Brian knows. And I really wanted to copy Jason in everything that he did. I remember back in the day, Jason's first email address was jb33,000 at AOL.com. So what was my first email address? Scott22,000 at AOL.com. This, of course, had no significance whatsoever, other than the fact that it was similar to my cooler older brother. And that was good enough for me. And Jason's best number growing up was 13. So I put the number 12 on the back of all of my sports jerseys so I could show everybody that I had a number that was close to my cooler older brother's. Don't say, oh, yeah. Jason went through a short and fat stage in middle school. I also went through a short and fat stage in middle school. Jason went through puberty and got those big bushy eyebrows that everybody loves. Those are crowd pleasers. I also obviously have those. Thank you, Dad. But in all seriousness, I really just wanted to be around Jason all of the time. I used to sneak into his room in the middle of the night just so I could be with him. Gladly, I have outgrown that phase. So, Brittany, you have no worries. I'm not going to be sneaking into your house in the middle of the night, climbing up to your bedroom. But Jason really was always the best older brother. I remember he created a basketball skills challenge for me to level up my talent. I had to get a silver medal, and then a gold medal, and then a rainbow medal. Ooh. I'm not really sure what that was. But I had to do shooting drills, dribbling drills, suicides, sprints, push-ups. And looking back on it, I think Jason probably got a kick out of making his younger brother do sprints, suicides, and push-ups in the 95-degree hot weather while he sat back and judged. But to me, it really was just Jason sharing his experiences and sharing what he knew about basketball and taking time out of his day to spend time with me. And I always appreciated that. But to be honest, it really didn't matter what we were doing. I remember we used to wrestle all of the time. We used to roughhouse in our house in Philadelphia, and my dad used to get very angry at this. He used to scream at us and yell at us because we used to make a lot of noise. Of course, all that noise really was just Jason beating the living crap out of me because he was older, taller, stronger. Not sure that would fly these days, by the way. But it didn't matter what kind of bruises or scars I came out with on the other end because it was just fun for me that I was doing it with Jason. And so as long as I was spending time with Jason and Jason was taking time out of his day to spend time with me, that's what was fun for me. And so I'm sure I was always the annoying little brother that was poking around, always trying to spend time with Jason and his older friends, and I always got in their way. And I'm sure Jason took some of that frustration out in those wrestling matches I just talked about. And I have the scars to prove it, by the way. But Jason really was always very inclusive with me. He included me in everything that he did. I'm still in his fantasy sports leagues to this day that Brian mentioned last night. I played in his poker tournaments growing up. I don't think I won any of those. But he really was very inclusive and always kept me around. And I remember that my middle school and high school career, much of my weekends were spent in my basement, hooked up to 2 TVs with Jason and his friends, playing video games for hours on end, with our only breaks being cheesesteaks and pizza. And we did that for probably about 3 or 4 years, and those are some great memories. Although I think after some time I realized maybe I should get some friends for my own, and potentially even some girls my own age. Instead of the same guys in a dark basement every weekend playing video games. But those were some of the best memories of my life, and I've always appreciated Jason for including me in that. So, with that, fast forward to now, I've really never seen Jason as happy as he is now. I think you can all see. And I think that's because of Jason's relationship with Brittany and how special Brittany is to him. And I know that Brittany makes him smile, and the reason that I tell all of these stories tonight is that it shows the type of person that Jason is. And Jason has always been inclusive with me and always been the best big brother. And I think that same type of mentality and those same type of traits have and will continue to transfer over to his relationship with Brittany. And so I know Jason will do whatever he can to make sure that they are always happy together and that they always have the best relationship together. So with that, I would like to raise a glass to the bride and the groom and wish them a life full of happiness, and at some point in the future that they have some kids that hopefully do not have these Berman eyebrows. Thank you. Cheers.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, those are really two tough speeches to follow, but we're going to try. On this very special evening, I'd like to start by thanking Brittany and Jason for gathering us all here tonight to share in this very special and memorable union. We'd also like to say how much Sal and I truly appreciate every single one of you that have traveled so far to take part in this beautiful wedding. Brittany, we can't believe this day is here. It seems like just yesterday we held you in our arms for the first time and felt a love like no other. You have flourished from a quiet little girl into the most beautiful bride, and we are so proud and lucky to have been so blessed to be your mom and dad and have you as our forever friend. Every parent wants to see their child succeed in a career, but one of the most satisfying rewards is seeing you today experience a true love and happiness and everyone can see that you truly have found that in Jason. Jason asked for Brittany's hand in marriage, and we knew that took a lot of courage and respect, and it showed us how much love and respect you both have for each other. I'd also like to thank at this moment Randy and Larry for what a wonderful man you have raised. Jason is definitely a perfect match for Brittany. Jason, today we have entrusted one of our most precious gifts. Please love and adore our daughter. Protect her and defend her, and most of all, Brittany, please allow him to do that. Remember to always love each other, even in those moments when you have to struggle to like each other, because there will be some. Listen and hear one another. Make time for each other a priority. Make laughter the melody of your marriage. Remember in every argument, not that there will ever be one, there is never a winner or a loser. Realize that a strong marriage rarely has two strong people at the same time. Never lie to one another. Forgive instantly, be each other's biggest encouragers, and forever treasure each other. Jason, today I'd like to not only welcome you officially into the Gudadoria family, but also into our hearts as our son. Everybody, please raise a glass. Please raise a glass to this happy couple for a lifetime of love and happiness. We love you both.
I'm Larry. This is Randy. We're father and mother of Jason. And
Excellent.
Randy has the bushy eyebrows, and I have the sculpted eyebrows. And Brittany didn't know that she's going to have children with bushy eyebrows. For the people who know me, you know that I write very long emails. And nobody wants to read them. So the debate was whether Randy or I would be the one to give the speech. So I wrote one of my long emails, and then she tore it to pieces and said that she would be the one to give the speech. There have been many kind words over the last 2 days, and it's hard to not echo everything that's been said, from what Sal and Evelyn have said, what Scott said, and what Sam said, and then last night what Minnie and Brian said. And as I said, it'd be very, very difficult to just say those words again because they are so true. Randy has a knack for writing poems and speaking from her heart. So I always kind of defer to her for that purpose. We've got this long Berman email, which she will not let anybody read. But there are a few choice words in this paper that I know she does want to say because they'll come from her heart. And if you can all just listen to her for a moment, we will really appreciate it.
Woo! So all I can say is, wow, this really has been a magical moment for everyone here, for Jason and Brittany, for your parents, and for Evelyn and Sal. Together, we are all so happy and pleased to see the smiles on your face. When we were thinking about writing this speech, I happened to see a saying which really stuck with me. It said, "Not all storms come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path." And that really stuck with me because somehow in the midst of the storm of the COVID pandemic, a path existed for Jason and Brittany to find each other through an online dating app. We don't know much about online dating. We hear that people swipe left, they swipe right, they swipe up, they swipe down. But whatever all that means, other to say that for Jason and Brittany, somehow their swipes resulted in them finding each other, matching, and now they are husband and wife. We know they first met in person on a date to walk their dogs in the park by the Schuylkill River. Jason's dog is Bucky, and Riley is Brittany's dog. That date was a bold step to take during the pandemic. Prior to vaccines, Jason called me and said he was going to meet Brittany, and I said, "Really?" This was April. There were no vaccines. Are you going to wear a mask? I mean, where are you going? He said, "Mom, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're going to go outside. We're going to take the dogs for a walk." And it was that one walk, Jason. And he called me. He said, "This is going to be it." Wait, it's not that long. Don't you worry.
No, it is that long because I wrote it.
Jason, as parents, you can only imagine that Dad and I feel so many emotions right now. Brittany, you have brought out the best in Jason. Your warmth, your humor, his sensitivity, the love of pups and cooking. She even has found that you have a romantic streak. Where did that come from? You have become an expert in surf and turf for special occasions that you love to top off with chocolate-covered strawberries. Not a week goes by without you posting one of your home-cooked meals or posting a video of those adorable pups with all these humorous songs and music playing. That's the creativity that Dad and I remember as a young child, and we hope it remains with you your entire life. Brittany. Oh my God, Brittany. When Jason first introduced you and Riley to Larry and I at our shore house, oh my God, we knew it. We just knew it from the moment we met you. The way you looked at him, the way he looked at you, that the two of you were destined to be husband and wife. You came into Jason's life and you not only loved him, but you have helped him for sure become the best version of himself. I don't know how we can thank you for the happiness you have brought to his life and the special way you complete him. And we want to thank you for teaching us how to make the best French fries and the best baked potatoes. And we even have learned to tolerate country music when we get into the car after you and Jason have been in it. Larry and I welcome you with open arms. We are so happy to have another daughter in the family. We love you very, very much. Your journey as husband and wife is just beginning, and we hope and know it will be a long and joyous one. So this is the final speech. We want to just raise our glasses, and we wish you joy and happiness forever and ever. We love you.
Look at the two of you dancing that way, lost in the moment and each other's face. So much in love, you're alone in this place, like there's nobody else in the world. I was enough for her not long ago. I was her number one. She told me so, and she still means the world to me, just so you know. So be careful when you hold my girl. Time changes everything, life must go on. I'm not gonna stand in your way. I loved her first, I held her first, and a place in my heart will always be hers. From the first breath she breathed, when she first smiled at me, I knew the love of a father on his feet. I loved her first. How could that beautiful woman with you be the same freckle-faced kid that I knew, the one that I read all those fairy tales to?
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you wanna do. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. Yeah, me.
A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Llego yo, y vamos a ver, ahí va. vida contigo, dándote el corazón. Yo quiero decirte, bebé, que olvidemos todo del ayer y volver a ver esa madrugada, dándote el corazón. Puedo boxear en las Olimpiadas, puedo mendigar por tu perdón.
Perform for a princess, but tonight I can make you my queen and make love to you endless. It's insane the way the name growing, money keep flowing, hustlers moving silent, so I'm tiptoeing. So keep blowing, I got it locked up like Lindsay Lohan. Put it on my life, baby. I'll make it feel right, baby. Can't promise tomorrow, but I promise tonight. Excuse me, and I might drink a little more than I should tonight.